Hello guys, welcome to my studio, my colorful studio. Many people asked me if there are rituals behind my music production, and as you can see, I am surrounded by colors. I've been always fascinated by the relation between colors and sounds, and in the past, many people analyzed this connection. For example, Newton, Scriabin, and many others. I also created my own, and for example, pink, that is one of my favorite colors, for me is connected to the A. I also invite you to do the same because it could be super funny. In this video, I will show you how I get inspiration and how I try to expand my imagination, because for me, being creative means to visualize and to dream as much as I can. For example, I love to be inspired by paintings, and in the last days I was in love with a painting made by Hopper titled Nighthawks. The painting was completed in the days of Pearl Harbour, and as you can imagine, New York City was living with a lot of anxiety and fears. That's why I feel a connection with our time due to the COVID. What I love in paintings and music is this concept. Even in the darkness, every color can be found. So I like the mix between darkness and a sense of hope and optimistic vibes. Let's take a look at the painting. We are in the night and there is an empty bar and just few people. They are bored, lonely and waiting. In this sad atmosphere, there are also giant windows, and this yellow light for me sounds like hope. In this painting, the dominant colors are the green, that for me is connected to the scale B, and the yellow that is associated to the D, so I will try to keep both in my track. When I start a track from a painting, I also like to follow signs. I love numbers and I love to go with the flow. In this painting, I can see the number 5. That's why I will start my track with 1 to 5 BPM. Let's go to Ableton. I will start recording some chord progression because I think it's very important, first of all, to create the mood and the atmosphere of our track. So chord progression will give us the harmony of the track and will help us to tell a story, our story. Don't forget that if you feel a bit lazy about learning scales, you can use this fantastic tool called Scale. As you can see, you can choose all the scales you want and you don't need to be too much worried about the notes you will play on your keyboard. In our track, as you can see, we have the B minor, and at the beginning I don't care too much about the sound design. I just think about the chord progression. So I started with this Juno Pulse from Ableton, and I also used this LFO from Max for Life. I love it, and in this case I mapped it to our filter cutoff and to the grain delay. Let's listen my chord progression. As you can listen, there is also the delay and a bit of detune, because these give us a sense of unstable mood. And now let's go to the bass line. That needs to be, of course, functional to our chord, and I made it with the diva. I started from the template mini mono, then I closed the cutoff, no sustain, and I used the rotary effect. Let's listen our bass line with the chord progression. So we have the B and the D, our light, yellow light. In the painting, I can see some metallic elements, and we have also glasses. That's why I decided to record my little cute kalimba. In general, I always like to mix in my production the sounds from analog synthesizer, acoustic instruments, and softwares. Let's listen the kalimba. I know it's not precise at all, but this is what I like, because these give us the human touch, and this is what I like in general in the music productions. And I used the guitar rig. I really love to use guitar rig, especially in with acoustic instruments. And there is this auto pan. Let's say this is a sound that doesn't need to be too much present. It's just in the background. That's why the reverb and the auto pan help us to create this atmosphere. And then I added another metallic sounds with the serum. Let's listen. Okay, then I recorded a fantastic instruments called Omnichord, produced by Suzuki. It's from 80s, and as you can see, we have the harp mode and chord mode, and in my track I recorded the B minor. Let's listen to the Omnichord. It sounds like a pad, and I used also here the guitar rig. Let's listen with and without the guitar rig. Without, now with the guitar rig. Of course, it sounds more magic with the guitar rig. And now we missed the kick, and I did the kick, and I used the kick 2 from Sonic Academy. I really like it. Then I imported my kick in the drum rack of Ableton. Let's listen all together. Okay, great. And looking at the painting again, I have the feeling that these few people bored would love to talk to each other and to communicate it, but for me this sounds more like a mysterious dialogue or a silent dialogue. That's why I recorded a sound with the Moog Sub 37, that it's one of my favorite synthesizer, and I tried to make a mysterious, weird sound. Let's listen. It's very simple, and I used the corpus from Ableton. I really like it. Also, I use it a lot on the percussions, and the movement of the cutoff was recorded with this lovely magic ring from Genki Instruments. Actually, it's a Bluetooth MIDI controller, and I really like to use in studio crazy MIDI controllers, because they also help us to give this human touch to the track. Of course, you can always draw your automation also directly on Ableton, but maybe it will sound too much precise. Let's listen all together. I think we have all the ingredients and the elements that we need to build a track, and of course then we will think about the final arrangement and mix. But my advice in general is to think less and to feel more, and to try to keep the imagination always alive. That's why I think that paintings and art in general help us to live a journey, and they take us to another dimension. And often people are scared about technical details, but I think there are many amazing technicians around the world, and they will be always able to help you with mixing or to fix some little mistakes. But of course no one will be able to give true emotions to your sound, because this is something that just you can do it by yourself. And thanks for watching. I will put my stamps in free download for you, and you can use them as you want. And I would love also to invite you to create your perfect soundtrack for this fantastic painting by Hopper. And I will be very happy to listen your ideas, and I would love to release my favorite one on my label. And I will ask you also to send me by email your idea of connection between notes, scales and colors. Thanks for your time. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.